Hello and welcome to my old school RuneScape progress series, part x+9. I hope you enjoyed the last part, and I hope you will enjoy. Fuck. Anyway, I am just going to be making some emerald rings right here in the background. Anyway, welcome to part x+9. Hope you will enjoy it. So in the last episode, there was more of the same, Slayer, and then some rune crafting gains, and the new Zaya content. The rune crafting obviously was Zaya, and that was pretty awesome. And as you can probably tell from my outfit, I was just rune crafting a little bit more because I enjoy it, and because I'm just easing into my day at the moment. I'm going to be streaming soon. The reason I'm making emerald rings is because I'm quite low on dueling rings, and I still have that Cerberus task I need to get through. So I am just quickly making some rings. I did make just over 100 prayer potions just now with the renards that I had grown from farming, so that I can use those when I'm doing Cerberus and other bosses as well. So I'm just preparing to get back to Cerberus, and I'll probably be streaming that. In other news, I am playing on 3 accounts at once right now because, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I was considering playing on my Iron Man account a little bit, and guess what? I'm on my Iron Man account and my alt and my main because I have no life. Anyway, ooh, Terramin drop. Not like I can ID that, but okay. So my alt, considering I'm going to be playing on my Iron Man, I don't really have a reason to pursue other goals on my alt anymore, so my alt is mainly just going to be for fishing, I guess, and then funneling resources back to my main, and like the whole I like questing thing, I like skilling thing, that can be done on my Iron Man, and they'll be all the more rewarding for it. So my alt's really just going to fish, I guess, from now on. So right now, my Iron Man, I may make a separate series because I don't really want to combine these two because it'll just get too convoluted, and you won't know what to expect going into each episode, like what you're going to hear about. So I think I'll separate it out, but I just wanted to mention it on this series because obviously this is the only series that exists right now. Just want to let you guys know that my current Iron Man, I recovered my Iron Man, okay? So and I had a hell of a time with that alone. So sorry, I'm just bank standing, but story time. I was thinking about playing my Iron Man again, and I realized that I couldn't remember my password for logging into it. I knew what the email address I used, but I couldn't remember the password. So I was like, okay, I'll try to recover it. And the recovery system wasn't working. It would be like, oh yeah, we've sent you an email to the email address that's attached. Click on the link, etc. And I did that twice, and I didn't get any email. So it's like, okay, Jagex, please, can your systems work? So I got no email, and the next day I tried again because I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just try one more time, and magically I got the email. So I went to reset my password, click on the link, and I'm sitting there trying to think of a new password, and I'm like, okay, what can I use? Oh, I got it. So I came up with a good variation of other passwords I like to use, and I was like, okay, I'll use that one. And I hit enter, and it's like, oh, you can't change to that password because that's already your password. And I was like, what the fuck? I just sat here for 5 minutes trying to come up with a new password, and what I came up with was the old password that I'd forgotten to begin with, and I couldn't remember until now. So accidentally came across my old password just by trying to think of one. So I was like, okay, well, I don't need to reset the password then. I'll just go and log in. I open up a new game client window, try to log in, and it says, oh, you can't log in because we've locked your account because we think it may have been stolen. And I was like, oh my god. So I had to reset the password anyway. But, of course, anyway, I have the account now. I have my Iron Man, and I just bought membership for it today. So let me just give you a quick update as to where it stands, because before I stopped playing on it, I trained a couple of stats, and I had done the waterfall quest, and those are pretty much the only big achievements, but it is currently 29 combat, 5 quest points. I've done 4 free quests and waterfall. That's it. And I'm currently at a total level of 209, 30 attack and strength, 18 defense, 13 prayer, only 6 magic for the time being. I did start training agility before I stopped playing, so it's at 10, so I'm probably going to go continue that first thing because agility is super important for an Iron Man. I have 19 mining, don't remember how I got that. 3 smithing, 10 fishing, 18 cooking, 13 fire making, 10 wood cutting, and and I just got 5 thieving on pickpocketing men, so I can, next time I'm in Varrock, I can steal some tea from the tea stall, and then whenever I end up making my way to Artie, I can steal some cakes, so I'll be prepared for that. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know I will be playing on my Iron Man. On the side, it's not going to be my main focus because obviously this account still has a long way to go before maxing, and that is still my main goal. But I think I will be, playing on the side and trying to balance the two a little bit. So if I have enough content, look out for its own series, and if not, I'll just do brief check-ins for the time being on this series. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry this clip is running really long. Oh, and something else I forgot to mention is that, hey, I've never played an Iron Man before, and I have no idea how to approach things, so if any of you have played an Iron Man or just have some advice for me, please feel free to leave it in the comments or to suggest it when I'm streaming or to message me in my clan chat in game, just whatever. I'm totally open for advice. I'm not planning, despite the fact that it's a single player RuneScape experience, I'm not planning on going it alone in terms of strategy, so please definitely help out if you want to, because I'm going to be totally lost on what to do on an Iron Man because I've never ever played a self-sufficient account before, and I've heavily relied on trading between my accounts whenever I've had alts. And here we go. There it is, 97 farming, only 2 levels away from this cape as well. And this, keep in mind, this is without me buying any seeds for literally months and months. This is all from the seeds. The watermelon seeds I did buy, but I've been using the same stack of seeds for ages. And the Kraken drops help as well. They drop 24 seeds at a time. But I haven't bought tree seeds in forever. I have that huge stockpile of Calquat tree seeds because they're wicked cheap. But everything else I've gotten from Slayer. And so this is really good progress despite the fact that I'm not even really buying seeds or really trying to make it go fast. It just happens to be pretty quick. So there you go, 97 farming, 2,112 total level. Looks pretty nice. It's a palindrome. Hello, I have a really cool check-in for you right now, so let's go to the bank and just get right to it. So, you guys know that my luck at Cerberus has already been pretty epic. We're looking at 1 primordial crystal, and I've had another one, which I'm wearing on my feet right now as boots. 2 eternal crystals, 3 smoldering stones, I've had 4 total as a drop. 1 Pegasian crystal, and of course the Jar of Souls, which is 1 in 2,000, and I thought I was pretty unlucky, but then of course I got all these things inside of, less than 1,000 kills, and the game was like, hey, we feel bad because we gave you some shit RNG recently. There were those 10 tasks Dryad Abbey Demons, there was the 2 Abyssal Heads within 20 minutes, which is 1 in 6k each, keep in mind, and they're pretty much useless, but it was like, hey, Cerberus has been good to you, you know what, it's going to be even better to you. Yesterday I was streaming, and I got the friggin' Cerberus pet. 803 kill count I got this pet on. So within 803 kills, I got every single Cerberus drop at least once. This guy is 1 in 3,000. I got him in 800 kills, and all that other stuff too. And I've already gone and insured him and everything. But yeah, Cerberus pet, and all these drops. An additional one of those, and the Jar of Souls in 803 kills. My luck at Cerberus is friggin' amazing, and I definitely had to show you this epic update. I'm so happy about this. I've finally added a new pet to my collection. Hadn't had a new pet drop in ages, not since I worked on the Achievement Diaries, and that was a year ago now almost. But very cool update, and yeah, I don't know. I definitely had to share that. I was actually going to record this yesterday, but my power went out at about 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon while I was streaming. Luckily, I got this little guy about 45 minutes to an hour before my power started to cut, but I wanted to record the clip, and I didn't have a chance to until tonight to actually do so. But my power was actually out for almost 12 hours, which is absurd because it was just it was a rainstorm and it was some wind. But I live in Maine. You'd think that a state that gets many feet of snow every year could handle some rain and wind, but I guess not. All right, I'm totally digressing here. Fucking hell puppy. Oh, and I took a straw poll in my stream tonight, and we named it Steb in honor of Steve. So this is Steb the Hell Pup.
Anyway, I will see you in the next clip, which won't be nearly as exciting, I'm sure, but this one was pretty good, huh? Oh, and I forgot to mention that my task isn't over. I'm still on the Hellhounds task, as you can see down here, 44 kills left to go. And somebody in my stream yesterday was like, I can't believe you're still killing Cerberus, to be honest, because you got every drop from him, you got the pet, why are you still here? I mean, he takes so long to kill. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I might be done, but then I decided I've had everything I need from him. Maybe I'll stop killing him going forward, but I'd like to finish off this task at Cerberus, so I don't feel like I just gave up on him immediately. So I am going to do these last 44 kills at Cerberus, and then I will probably do regular Hellhounds every time I get them going forward. So yeah, I'm going to go work on that. Alright, it's been a while since I recorded the check-in, so let's have a check-in. I'm currently doing some rune crafting. It's almost 11 p.m. on Wednesday, and forgive the noises you're about to hear. But this is the noise you would hear if you were watching my stream when I was rune crafting, or really when any high-level player is rune crafting these days, because you need that script so you can, smash up those blocks into fragments, and you don't want to actually have to click for that, because that's for losers. So anyway, I'm rune crafting because it's late and I'm tired, and I was just feel like being lazy. So for the latter portion of my stream tonight, I just rune crafted and chatted with people because I just felt like being lazy. Before that, I was doing a little bit of Slayer. I only did one trip to the Smoke Devil boss tonight, which is currently my task, and I don't think I have a clip of that because I was streaming when I got it, I'm pretty sure, but I have like over 100 of those left. But I happened to get an elite, did the elite on stream before I switched to rune crafting, got a bunch of junk, and now I'm doing this. But let's do check-in experience-wise. 538k, 298 Slayer, so I'm making some decent progress still. I've been pretty busy this week. Work's been a little bit bad, and I've been working on some other projects just a little bit on the side in my spare time, so I haven't had as much time to play to begin with, and I also haven't had as much time to record clips. And then, of course, 2 days ago was Monday, which means I was doing Multi-Monday with Steve and not playing RuneScape for the majority of my stream. Still over 1 million experience to 98 farming, 311k from 88 rune crafting. Haven't really been doing this much. I just decided to come back to it tonight because it's easy. The only other option, goodness, I'm tired, update is that I did get an occult necklace yesterday when I was doing my Smoke Devil's task, so there's another 1.1 mil drop to the bank. I think that's the only difference, though, so other than the fact that I am still going to be trying a little bit to play some of my Iron Man, I don't think I have anything else to talk about right now, so I'll just see you in the next clip. Hello, time for a check-in. Excuse the tired voice, please. I just woke up today, Saturday. It was a pretty busy week at work, so I didn't get a whole lot of playtime in, particularly not on my Iron Man. I barely did anything on my Iron Man the whole week just because I was busy. And one thing I've noticed about me is, very weirdly, I don't have a problem streaming when my roommate is around, but I don't like recording YouTube clips when there's people around, because for some reason to me they seem different, and to the person who might be listening, like my roommate, obviously they're not. It's just the same. It's me talking to my computer, to the microphone. But because I got kind of started with Twitch, and that's normal, I feel a little bit weirder when I'm just talking to no one and recording clips when there's nobody, watching or listening. I don't know. There's a difference in my head that kind of makes it so that I'm a little bit more embarrassed to be recording clips than to be streaming when there's people around. And as my roommate doesn't really fully get the whole Twitch thing. He still thinks it's kind of odd that people would live stream video games and that people would want to watch you live stream video games. And so because of his initial stance of being critical, I think I just prefer doing this kind of stuff when he's not around. So this past week he's been around a lot, which is unusual because of his schedule. Usually he's busy, but because of that I haven't been recording as much, and I apologize for that. I did a stream every day like I have been doing, so you've missed some stuff. I don't have a huge check-in, but I just wanted to do a check-in. So I'm doing rune crafting at the moment, less than 100k to 88,
And I've made some good progress on here as well. 420k to 98 Slayer, and then we'll have only one level left to go. Still a full million experience to 98 farming. That's been a bit slower. And I don't think I have any other check-ins really. I mean, because of this mining, I am now also only 47k from a mining level. Excuse me, and as well as 48k from a crafting level. So those are training pretty quickly. Oh, I'm also, 4.1k from 91 prayer just from doing my daily Ectofunctus runs. However, I did finally begin to run out of dragon bones in the bank, so those runs will not be able to continue. But yeah, that's pretty much the only check-in I wanted to give. I don't think I've gotten any good drops recently that are worth talking about, so I guess that'll be it for this clip. So I will see you in the next one, and hopefully at some point I can just start to feel more comfortable recording and streaming and whatever, no matter who's around. But at this point, it's still a bit weird for me with certain people. If the people who are around are like supportive of Twitch and they know about it, like Steve, for instance, when Steve's here, him being a streamer, I feel totally comfortable because he is always going to be there to contribute positively to the stream. He won't be critical, he won't be bugging me, so I don't know. I'll try to get better about that, but it is something that kind of bothers me and stops me from being able to do this all the time because my roommate does live here, so he is around pretty frequently. But anyway, that is not really the topic of this video, so I will see you in the next progress clip. Hello, it has been quite some time since I recorded an actual progress clip. I've mostly just streamed and been relatively busy this week. This week's it's only Tuesday, so it hasn't been a long week yet, but it's felt like it. So anyway, here's some check-ins that I got a couple levels on my stream yesterday or the day before, I can't really remember, but 95 range just from canoning and 91 prayer just from doing the Ectofunctus every night and occasionally bringing Bone Crusher with me on tasks and burying dragon bones when I kill dragons, right up until the end of the task when I will fill up my inventory and bring those to the bank. So those are 2 level ups I've gotten. I'm also very close to mining, fishing, and crafting, all leveling up soon. The mining and crafting from rune crafting, obviously, on Zaya, and the fishing just in spare time when I wanted to do this in the background a little bit. So I got some levels coming up. 208k from 98 Slayer, so closing in on that last level, and 916k from 98 farming. That slowed down quite a bit, and if we look in the bank, I only have 87 watermelon seeds left. Herb seeds are pretty light. Calquats, as always, I have a ton of, but haven't been getting as many seed drops lately. But I'm still doing that. I probably have to buy more watermelon seeds soon because it does provide quite a bit of experience per run. And I mean, I like having this collection. Look at that, 41k of those. So that's basic check-in for skills and such. Cash stack's looking pretty good. I got another Zami Spear split over the weekend when I went to God Wars with a couple friends from the stream, and I just wanted to talk about the cash stack because I think this is going to be changing pretty soon, because I think I'm going to go ahead and actually buy a bunch of raw food, specifically sharks, and cook them on my alt while I'm playing on here, because when I did 99 cooking on this account, I got 10 mil profit just from getting 99. So I think I'm going to cook for profit on my alt account while I slay, and it'll just be a nice way to make some money. I can keep some of the sharks for bossing, and I can get a cape on my alt, and it won't take long because cooking is fast. And I've already done Family Crest on it, so it has cooking gauntlets. So I just really need to get it to 80, and then I can start doing that. So if you notice differences in the cash stack in clips, that's probably the reason why. Significant differences anyway. So I think that's the only real change I wanted to talk about. I'm obviously had mentioned earlier that I'm going to be doing a parallel series for the Iron Man, not part of this one, but it has to be said, I have barely touched it in like a week. I just haven't had a lot of time for playing anything other than my main in general, let alone my Iron Man. It's a lot easier to fish on my alt while I'm streaming or playing on this account than it is to train agility or something on my Iron Man. So I haven't given up on that, but it is slow. It's hard to balance 3 accounts. Eventually my alt will run out of membership, and I'll have to decide at that point whether I want to renew it or not. Keep playing on it, keep fishing for
for money for my main or what. But in any case, that's a bridge we'll cross when we come to it. And I will see you in the next clip. Alright, so I just did a quick calculation and found out that I need to buy 5.2k raw lobsters for my alt to cook in order to get to 80 cooking, which will allow it to then cook sharks, and at that point I'll figure out how many sharks it needs for 99. But I'm going to start off with this. So it has 400 of these in the bank, so it needs 5,200. These are super cheap. But of course they don't sell for even 5% higher than the GE price. That's annoying. Let's do that. 5,200. What the fuck? What's up with these lobsters, man? Alright, so it seems like raw lobsters are seriously on the rise, but I managed to buy them for 278 GP each. So that should get my alt 80 cooking, and then I can move on to sharks, and there'll be a slight loss on the lobsters, I think, but that should be made up very easily by the profit you get from sharks, so that'll be alright. And I think I'll keep an eye on the prices of sharks just in case, because I don't want the, you don't want the prices to flip around and all of a sudden you're losing money on them, because the reason I'm doing this is really for the profit, so there's that. Alright, so now that my alt is cooking off on the side here, working towards that 80, let's do the check-in for the end of this video, because I think it's gone on long enough to justify it as its own part. So just under 200k to 98 Slayer, and no other change because I haven't done a whole lot since I recorded those other clips, but I did finish my Bloodvelds task that I was working on stream, and now I have a Steel Dragons task that I'll be tackling sometime tomorrow. I just did complete a hard clue, 292 hard treasure trails done. It was just junk though. So I think as I am now under 200k to 98, I think it's been long enough since our last price check of the Slayer tab that I would like to do a new one. So I will record a couple clips here with the price checks for all these items. Alright, now I'm not completely 100% decided on whether or not I'll be selling all these things off. For example, Dragon Cane, Top Hat, Briefcase. I really like those items just for, fashion or whatever. But I am going to price check them anyway just because they are part of the tab. So let's see, the first check here is a nice even 12.5 mil according to the game. So let me just get the calculator out and I will be right back with the next inventory. Alright, so we had 12.5 on the calculator, and let's check out this next inventory. Ooh, 40, let's call that, 49.9. So we're up to 62.4 mil on that tab so far. Next inventory is another 21.8 or so, which brings the total to 84.2 mil. Now for the final inventory, we're going to need to grab a couple of things here that aren't in that tab but belong as part of the price check. So I got this occult from the Smoke Devil boss. 3 of these are from drops since 94 Slayer because I had 2 in the bank already, and anything above 3 of these is our Slayer drops, not is are. I think that's it for this tab, so let's just briefly check out my other tabs real quick. I'm trying to think of, these things came from Slayer. What else did? Not a whole lot here that came from Slayer. Technically the Bolt Rex came from Barrows on task, but whatever, it's Barrows. Obviously stuff like this, these sharks are from Slayer. I don't think these things matter all that much, but a lot of these things did come from Slayer. There's no way I would have almost 400 diamonds if it hadn't been for getting them as drops. But I think the biggest things were the occult and the other whips. So let's just price check this last inventory, and we'll call that good. And there's an additional 16 mil, which brings us to just barely over 100 mil, 100.2. So currently, as it stands, 200k to 98 Slayer, we're looking at 100 mil we're going to be gaining, when we sell off our Slayer tab, which is awesome. I'm very happy with that number, considering I still have over a full level to go, and that level is going to be the longest one, of course, so should see even bigger numbers, of course, when it's finally time to sell it off, and I'll have a good amount of money to work with at that point. Alright, you can't end a video in newbie-looking treasure trail hunting gear, so I decided to change real quick for just for this little outro. So anyway, this has been my old school RuneScape progress series. This has been episode x+9, and I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in part x+10. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.